Passionate about music.
Debbie, Simon Callow is one of Gay UK's finest actors. He's also a writer, musician, theatre director. Movie credits include Shakespeare in Love and Four Weddings and a Funeral, of course. And also he has a strong association with the writer Charles Dickens and is currently appearing in The Mystery of Charles Dickens at London's Playhouse Theatre. He joins us on the phone now. Simon Callow, welcome to Gaydar.
Hi there.
One of the best voices in the world. You're one of the... Whenever I hear you, I turn you up and just want you not to stop ever. Listen to it, Neil. Listen.
I know.
Oh.
Rich and deep and funny. When were you first seduced by Charles Dickens?
I was lying in bed, suffering from chicken pox, and which is nasty, and you want to scratch your scabs all day long, and you know you mustn't, and it's kind of medieval torture. And my dear good grandmother placed a copy of the Pickwick Papers into my hands, and I never scratched again.
Tell us a little bit about Charles Dickens himself, because you're a bit of an authority on him now, aren't you?
I suppose I am, yes. I've been doing his stuff for many, many years, and this year I wrote a biography of him, which came out in February, now available in paperback. I kind of fell in love with him when I recreated for the BBC, for television, his public readings, and I discovered that this great writer was also a great actor, a great public man, somebody who put himself and his celebrity entirely at the service of the great causes in which he believed. And he believed, above all, that people should be restored to a sense of self-respect. People who had been thrown into the trash can of society deserved better.
What did the world learn from Charles Dickens?
Well, I suppose the great thing the world learned is that society must must heal itself. That all kinds of extraordinary people make up society. They must be allowed the full expression of their extraordinariness and their strangeness and their oddity and their eccentricity, but that we're nonetheless all intimately connected because we're all part of the same race and the same breed and have responsibilities towards each other. That's the big message that he promoted throughout his life.
You must be enjoying doing this production, The Mystery of Charles Dickens, then.
I love it very much. I did it first 12 years ago, everywhere. I mean, all over Britain, several times, in Ireland, in Australia, on Broadway, and in Chicago, and the joy of coming back to it is enormous, but I'm a slightly different person and a slightly different actor, and I know more about Charles Dickens now, a great deal more, having written about him, so I sort of know about him from the inside, and it's, I hope, a richer, deeper, funnier, whatever show than it was before, and it wasn't bad before.
I purely come along, Simon, to hear you speak. I'm in love with your voice.
Well,
we'd also like to say a huge thank you to you, because you were one of the first ever actors to declare that you were gay in your book Being an Actor, which is incredibly brave. Was this in 1984? It was the early 80s, wasn't it?
Yeah, 84.
And can you tell us a bit about that? Because that was a very brave decision to do that, and thank God you did it. Thank God you did it.
Well, bless you, but I didn't really feel that I had any choice because, especially when I got to do Amadeus at the National Theatre, and I started to be interviewed a lot by the national press. Would always say, girlfriend, and I'd always say, no, I'm gay, and they would never print it. And you really have to be careful. You could just ruin your career completely. And I said, well, I honestly, this is very hard for me. I find it very hard to lie, and I'm not going to pretend that I'm. I am gay, and that's that. But they somehow kept on managing to censor it and so on. So when I finally got to write a book, and I was able to actually state it quite clearly. It wasn't exactly a militant gesture. It wasn't even a political gesture. It was actually a personal gesture that if I was going to write about my life as an actor, how could I not write about the fact that I'm gay? And so I did. And I am very proud that it had a very good result. I mean, lots of people felt encouraged by it, and I was thrilled. I can't pretend I'm a political visionary of any kind, but I just, for my own personal sake, could otherwise.
Well, you're clearly a very, very lovely man, and we are absolutely delighted. It's a privilege to talk to you, Simon. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, thank you. It's been absolutely adorable.
Passionate about music.